Hey, this is Ken from the Information Nation bringing you more stuff. I want to talk a little bit about the election that was held on November the 4th, and specifically Tim Scott and Mia Love. Tim Scott has been reelected as a senator to South Carolina, and Mia Love is Congresswoman-elect from the great state of Utah. I believe it's the fourth congressional district. Now, the mainstream media, as far as Mia Love goes, they're pushing the fact that she is a woman and she's black. They didn't bother to ask her. They didn't bother to get into her political viewpoints or anything else. Their whole thing is look at this. A black woman has been elected to the state of Utah, like it's a shock. One of the reasons we can't get rid of racism in this country is because of the mainstream media and the liberal politicians and groups like the NAACP. You think the NAACP would be saying, look at this, an intelligent black woman who became Congresswoman? We would expect something like that from the NAACP, but the NAACP ignored Mia Love, and they also ignored Tim Scott. Now, let us delve in a little bit to who Mia Love is. She graduated from the University of Hartford. She's born in New York City in 1975. She's married to Jason Love. She's a Republican. Her parents are Jean Maxine and Mary Boudreau. Boudreau. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that properly, but that's okay. I think she'll forgive me for that. An intelligent woman who used to be the mayor of, mayor of Sarasota Springs. She ran for Congress before, but she didn't win, but this time she did, and she beat a white man, if you want to talk about racism, a white man, Doug Owens, by 5 percentage points in the great state of Utah. Now, I think that is fantastic. I think that she'll go far in politics. The other one was Tim Scott. Now, Tim Scott was appointed to Jim DeMint's for the final 2 years of Jim DeMint's second term, and then he won the seat. He was educated in Charleston Southern University and Presbyterian College. Now, you see, this is one of the things that the mainstream media doesn't want to talk to you about. They don't want to tell you that these are educated individuals. They don't want to talk about their accomplishments. All they want to talk about is their race or their gender. In Tim Scott's case, he's a black man from South Carolina. You think we haven't made progress down south? No, we made a lot of progress down south when an intelligent man like Tim Scott can become a senator. And what about Mia Love? All they wanted to talk about was her race and her gender. Not her accomplishments, not her positions, just her race and her gender. Now, this comes to you from IJ Review, and it's about Mia Love. And it says, when she was asked about the role race played in her election, Mia Love set two reporters straight. And we'll play a clip in a minute, but two CNN reporters, it figures CNN, seemed to think that they had it all figured out. Mia Love, new Congresswoman-elect from Utah's 4th District, was an especially attractive candidate to the Utah Republican Party because her race and her gender, and if they elected her, they would make history. And this is what I was saying earlier. The mainstream media is one of the reasons that we had, the liberals are the ones that are giving us racism and a war on women. It's not the Republicans, it's not conservatives, it's the liberal mainstream media and the politicians. But enough of me. Let's see what was said on this program.
We have to tell you, first off, congratulations. I want you to share with us how you're feeling and tell us why this time around, because we know you tried in 2012, why you won this time.
Well, first of all, I'm excited. I'm absolutely humbled. I've been able to go out and talk to so many people in the 4th District and listen to their stories, listen to what's happening and the conversations that they're having at the kitchen table, and listening to how Washington's actually affecting them. And I've been able to go out and tell their story. And so I'm humbled, and I am absolutely inspired by their strength and their courage. I'm so proud to be a Utahn. I am so proud of the state. I could hardly stand it.
Proud because they made history. You are the first black Republican woman to be elected to the House of Representatives. So 2 questions. What took so long? And what do you think needs to happen? What do you think needs to happen for more perhaps, minorities to be elected by the Republican Party?
Well, first of all, I think what we need to mention here is this had nothing to do with race. Understand that Utahns have made a statement that they're not interested in dividing Americans based on race or gender, that they want to make sure that they are electing people who are honest and who have integrity, who could be able to go out and actually make sure that we represent the values that they hold dear. And that's really what made history here. It's that, race, gender had nothing to do with it. Principles had everything to do with it, and Utah values had everything to do with it. And so,
I just
that's the history that we made here.
I want to challenge you on one point, though, because there will be those that will say not so much dividing on the basis of race, but just making sure that everybody has a seat at the table, a fair shot at getting a seat at the table.
Again, you have to understand, Saratoga Springs, there are very few black residents there. I wasn't elected because of the color of my skin. I wasn't elected because of my gender. I was elected because of the solutions that I put at the table, because I promised I would run a positive issues-oriented campaign, and that's exactly what resonated. Utah is tired of the bickering. They're tired of Congress not getting anything done. I hear a lot of talk right now about Congress not wanting to work with the president not wanting to work with Congress, and few people are talking about working with the American people. The House of Representatives is the branch of government that's closest to people, and that's who I am. I am a person of the people, and so my job is to make sure I'm representing them at every turn.
All right.
It is the people's house. You have the job, and what are you going to do with it?
Right.
What's
So
the
now what?
first area where you think that you can work with Democrats to get something done?
I think one of the things that we need to talk about is balance. Right now, there is no balance in government. Washington has gotten too big and people have gotten too small. So we've got to start rolling up our sleeves and making sure that we bring balance back to government. People should have the ability to make decisions in their home, in their communities, and in the areas that they live in. And we're going to do everything we can at every point to restore power back to the people.
Congresswoman-elect Mia Love, that must sound really great to hear. Congratulations to you. I know your family and community are very proud. We appreciate you joining us today. Revel in that. And then, as you said, roll up those sleeves and get...
What a smackdown. What a smackdown on two libtards from CNN. Now you know why Mia Love was elected. It's not about race. And in this whole country, it's not about race. It's not about gender. This woman went out and worked hard, got an education, became the mayor of Saratoga Springs, and now she is Congresswoman-elect. The look on the two libtards' faces when she turned around and told them it wasn't about race, I mean, it's priceless. They probably had to go to break, and them two probably went in the back room and went, "Oh my God, was that a terrible interview?" This is what we're talking about. What can I say? I know exactly what I can say. Hey, this has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. I'm glad you were here today. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We need all the help we can get. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.